Alrighty. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another playthrough of DDLC, or aka Doki Doki Literature Club. So last we saw is that unfortunately Sayori is gone. She harmed herself. She is now dead. And we are now left with Yuri, Natsuki, and Monica. And yeah, she's completely gone. If you actually go into the desktop, you actually see that Sayori's character file is gone. And there was a text document in the files where it seems to be someone talking about how it would be easier to just delete someone's character file or just delete someone. And that was Sayori. I know who it is that's talking in these text documents, but I want to keep that a secret so that y'all can figure it out for yourself and see the progression of the game yourself. Yeah, so basically someone is deleting people by the looks of it. Yeah, so we started a new game because when I tried to load my previous save files, it wouldn't work. So we're stuck with just having to do a new game. And when I went to actually go do a new game, this was all jacked up. It's normal now. I'm not sure what happened. But yeah, continuing on. I'm back. Oh yeah, so Monica, the part of the game where main character is spacing out in the classroom at the end of the day and the first day that we do, and Sayori comes in and wakes him up, but because Sayori is gone, Monica came instead and invited us to the literature club. So yeah, I'm back and I brought a guest with me. A guest? Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Alejandro. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So, let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki. The girl with the sad attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. It's my figure, makes you look like first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So, I ran into Alejandro in the classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Alejandro? Just the three of them now. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all of the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, does a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't you get intimidated? That's not it. Yes, insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, yada yada. We laughed about this before. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea, yes. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles. Like things you like to read, and he can't answer. He's read very little. And he just says manga. And that gets Natsuki's attention. Yeah. She looks like to say something, but she doesn't. Not much of a reader. Yep. That can change. What am I to say? That's what I'm thinking. Yep. Anyway, what about you? Let's see. Chase around her finger. Let's see. Deep, complex fantasy worlds. Creativity and craftsmanship. Amazing. And tell a good story. Yep. Capacity about her reading. Yep. She likes a lot of things. Psychological elements. Yep. Horror. Yep. I read a horror book once. Yeah, he grasps to the minimum level. Rock. Did expect that from you, Yuri. Suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes you think, yep, can put it down. Sphere horror is really cool. I hate horror. Oh, why? She likes cute things. That's right, you was right about cute things. What? What gives you that idea? Yeah, left a piece of scrap paper, writing a poem, and she's like, don't say it out loud. And give it back, fine. And it's like, oh, you write poems? Well, yeah, sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Share sometime? No. And then she averts her eyes. She wouldn't like them. Not a confident writer. She understands. She's like, it takes a lot of confidence. Is oneself, yep. And she's like, you write too? Maybe we can do that too. And she's like, about that. Same for Yuri. We all sit in silence. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and they look at her like she's crazy. She's like, let's write a poem. We share each other. Everyone is even. And it's just like, I don't know about that. She's like, well, I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Alejandra? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose a train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought. The girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Alejandro. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival, alright, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting anyone everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided that. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Alejandro? Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. Alejandro, I'm so happy. You can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Alejandro, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up beside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. Bye, Monica. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Time to write a poem. You have unlocked a special poem. I would like to read it. Things I like about Papa. I like when Papa comes home early. I like when Papa cooks me dinner. I like when Papa gives me an allowance. I like when Papa spends time with me. I like when Papa asks me about my friends. I like when Papa asks me about anything. I like when Papa gives me lots of money. I like when Papa comes home before sundown. I like when Papa cooks. I like when Papa gives me privacy. I like when Papa doesn't tell me how to dress. I like when Papa doesn't comment on my friends. I like when Papa doesn't comment on my hobbies. I like when Papa comes home without waking me up. I like when Papa keeps food in the house. I like when Papa uses his inside voice. I like when Papa leaves my stuff alone. I like when Papa accidentally drops coins in the couch. I like when Papa is too tired to notice me. I like when Papa is too tired for anything. I like when Papa is too tired for anything. So it's definitely Natsuki writing because of, how simple it is. Alright, we're going after Yuri now. So, let's save actually. Because then we could just go back and then decide to go after Natsuki instead. So, suicide. Tenacious. This is a lot easier. Oh, that's Natsuki? Really? I'm not surprised about that. She's such a depressing child. See how easy this is now? Really? Oh, interesting. I did not see that coming. All right. Hi again, Alejandro. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Oh. Odd. Thanks for keeping your promise, Alejandro. Hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Really starting to glitch up. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already have to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you have a big mouth for someone who keeps a manga and the yada yada. Why is she in front of the text? Monica? Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back to her seat. I'm sorry, Alejandro. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, the music changed. Y'all notice that? It sounded like it changed a little bit. Perhaps you might be interested in picking up a book to read? Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that, if you ask. Wait. I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be part of this club. So if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you want me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started in something you might like. Yuri reaches to her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is how's this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. I knew there was something wrong with the screen. I knew she looked closer and was like tilted. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks around another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Her eyes are weird. You got noticing that? I want to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Alejandro? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story is the kind of thing that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective, when horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Then suddenly, I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and reading fill my thoughts, my whole body gets incredibly... I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Yes. Y'all hear that? There's some... Oh, she glitching. Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but... What are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slipped to the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I still understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not even actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just bathing in the feeling of your body heat. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same thing on my right arm on the other side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. Wait a sec, I need to blow my nose. Sorry, guys. Alright. I'm making banana bread too right now. My apartment smells like bread and it's lovely. Ugh. Alright. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I could feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page for me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the thumb of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't get that far yet, so I don't know why that came into my mind. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hand on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Alejandro? Did something happen just now? I have no idea. Yuri's acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd start without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back to my bag. Who should I share my poem with first? Natsuki. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably unfair if I share mine with her first. Alejandro, if you're not gonna take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What, do you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I like to read it. Ugh. Painful to think about. Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly. Yeah. That's about it. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around do great things can be really disheartening. Decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Yeah, set up the rhyme, fall flat, bring in the feeling in the last line. So you did. Guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Did you expect that from the youngest one here? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. Don't really care how old everyone is, yada yada. They're all over the age of 18. I repeat. Hi, Alejandro. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off going with the flow. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Alejandro. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Alejandro. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly, the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm glad that you took all the time you needed. All right. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Okay. Did we read this one? Hole in wall. He wasn't looking at me, confused. I frantically glanced at my surroundings, but my burned eyes could no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. what was the inspiration? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that. Yeah. Better friends. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you write a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. And then it's just like, oh, make a puddle of ink, go with the flow. That's my advice. Thanks for listening. All right. Oh. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes glint lightning. Oh, it's a cardinal outside my door. So pretty. Little tufted on his face. All right. I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, yada yada. And the end result is both said at a weekend. Stamina is gone, sound like expert. Can't be brain for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them, building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you variable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Bias? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if you're apologizing to yourself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost Under the Light. Yep, by that one. Oh, I'm sorry. I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. It took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. Actually, I think your handwriting is very pretty. That's a relief. Like the poem, even though it's short, it's really descriptive. Was too short. Not at all. Glad you liked it. I'll be honest. This is our first time sharing. I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest. Yeah. Are you into ghosts? Yep. Isn't about a ghost. Really? Missed the point. Well, I suppose you did glance over it. Poet, yada yada. Symbolically compared, lingering things. With nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought about that. Oh, that's my bread. I'll be right back. Alright. That's impressive.
Eh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so...
Nah, if anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Alejandro.
Me too. Cool. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone's judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way. This song is completely just messed up. Now it's normal. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I end up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language?
Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns a poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
You mean you have to try that hard to come with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Alejandro did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all,
excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Alejandro liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what I... You're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Alejandro appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours.
Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make people think I do overly cutesy, yada yada.
Ooh, well, you know what?
Natsuki!
Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you.
Taking out your own insecurities on others like that? You act as young as you look, Natsuki.
Me? Look who's talking, you wannabe edgy bit.
Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much someone of your mental age to comprehend.
See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know.
If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can just counterbalance your toxic personality to start dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try.
Whoa, be careful or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri.
Oh my bad, you already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the heck is wrong with your head?
Yeah, go on. Let Alejandro hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'd be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns towards me as if she just noticed I was standing there.
Alejandro, she's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. How did it get to this? Wait, Goodness gracious. Hello, Monica. Monica, I can't see anything. Hey Alejandro. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never had it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is walking back and forth near her desk with the palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Alejandro? Please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You could go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Alejandro. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but I really appreciate you understanding. Oh, whoa! Okay. Going with Yuri, so I should have saved the game more before their argument started. Oh. Odd. All right. Let's do another day. Another save. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Welcome back, Alejandro. Ah, hi, Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Yuri glances over her shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki is reading a manga at a desk. And surprisingly, Monica isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to a corner of the room. About yesterday, I really need to apologize.
Nothing like that has ever happened before, and something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well.
Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple of days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided that there was no way you could be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it.
Alejandro, don't say those kinds of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person. And I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything's a little bit brighter with you around, and sorry, what am I saying right now?
Hey, have you guys seen Monica? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man, Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either. Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her.
No, I haven't.
Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why you look at me like that?
Natsuki, about yesterday. I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said. And I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So,
Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday? Jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you?
But...
I'll accept your apology anyway if it helps you feel better. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that.
No, not at all. I don't hate you.
Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Hey! Suddenly, the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. Hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Nah. Well, Natsuki was. I was not. What took so long anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano.
Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica.
Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet.
So, that must require a lot of dedication. So I'm still impressed.
Oh, well, thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. That's... Monica looks at me. Well, I'm working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Alejandro. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. I'm not sure if Monica is referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I choose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki has already run off into the closet.
Alejandro, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you would like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club.
Yeah, definitely. I plan on it anyway.
Okay. Can we start now? Let's find a place to sit. I'm being a little forceful, aren't I? I'm sorry. My heart just won't stop pounding for some reason.
Don't worry about it. If anything, it's nice to see you have so much energy.
Yeah. but I need to try to calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading like this.
Take your time. Yuri takes a deep breath and pulls a copy of the book out of her bag.
Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first?
Not at all.
Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well.
Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside.
Can you hold this for a second?
Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle.
I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then I'll go get some water.
She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical.
Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back.
I might as well walk with you.
That's okay. You stay here. It won't take long.
Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. Did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. 10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to go look for her. Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hallway. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. A sharp inhale, like someone is sucking the air through their teeth. Like that. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? Oh! What in the world?
I'm back. Thanks for waiting patiently. Alejandro, do you like oolong tea?
Yeah. Anything is fine.
Very well.
Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees.
Now it's time to get the teapot.
You really do this properly, don't you?
Of course. I shouldn't do anything any less when I'm making tea for others.
Even I'm not an expert on tea or anything?
Uh-huh. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed.
Perhaps I will be. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now.
Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do, and it's you who's around anyway.
That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much.
You're always worried about me, Alejandro. It's very endearing.
Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us.
Alejandro, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today?
Why's that?
It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk.
Sorry, I didn't realize.
No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it.
Is that so? I wonder why that is.
It's most likely because
your posture, right? Always hunch over like that while reading?
Yes. I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we sit on the floor.
Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. I take it since it'll go well with tea. You and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other.
I can't see too well.
Yuri slides close until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but if she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle.
Your teacup.
Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears an intense reading expression and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. Let me do a save just in case something happens. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want.
That's okay. I won't take any.
Are you sure?
Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages.
You're right. I didn't think about that. My bad.
No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay?
Are you sure?
Of course.
How long have you been playing? Let me check real quick. Hour 3. Not long. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy, pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks.
Did I just...
Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened.
Alejandro.
Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Yuri starts to breathe heavily.
I can't. Alejandro.
Suddenly, Yuri forcefully grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over.
Alejandro. My heart won't stop pounding, Alejandro. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, Alejandro?
Suddenly, Yuri presses my hand against her chest. Ma'am, what are you doing?
Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. It even makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you.
Ma'am. Ma'am. It's time to share poems. Thank God. Who should I share my poem with first? Stick with Yuri.
I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today.
Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it?
Alejandro, this one might be even better than yesterday's. How did you even pick this up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing.
Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to give it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty.
That makes me so happy. It's so amazing to feel like I'm valued, Alejandro. Everything that you write is a treasure to me. My heart pounds just holding it. I want you to write a poem about this feeling. Is that bad, Alejandro? I'm not being weird, right? I'm not having a harder time than usual at concealing my emotions. I'm kind of embarrassed. But right now, I just want you to read my poem too. Okay?
Okay. Wheel. A rotating wheel, turning an axle, grinding, bolt head, linear gearbox, falling sky, 7 holy stacks, a docked ship, a portal of another world, a thin rope tied to a thick rope, a torn harness, parabolical gearbox, expanding universe, time controlled by slipping cogwheels, existence of God, swimming with open water in all directions. It seemed to be just a bunch of words put together. Like, there's no breathing time, breathing prayer, breathing sky, breathing wheel. It just seemed to be a bunch of words put together. There's no rhyme or reason to what's actually happening.
It doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen.
What?
That is, a pen fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I just really like the way that it writes. So I wrote this poem with it, and now you're touching it. I'm okay. What did I just... Can we pretend this conversation never happened? You can keep the poem, though.
Okay. Yuri. Yeah, just as I thought. Alejandro, come on. I'm not stupid. I know how much you've been spending time with Yuri. It's obvious that you care more about impressing her than trying to improve your writing. To put it bluntly, it's kind of pathetic. Why are you even in this club, Alejandro? Honestly, I thought getting a new member would help everyone get more involved together, not exclude each other even more. This is a stupid activity anyway. Look, I'm not in a good mood today, and I just really don't feel like talking right now. Please go away. Alright. Alejandro, I think you saw something earlier that you weren't supposed to see. I didn't want to have to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. It's getting kind of dangerous for you to spend so much time with Yuri. I don't know why, but she seems pretty easily excitable when she's around you, which shouldn't be a problem in itself. But when Yuri gets too excited, she finds a place to hide and starts cutting herself with a pocket knife. Isn't that kind of messed up? She even brings a different one to school every day, like she has a collection or something. I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. I think she just gets some kind of high from it. There's actually something called bloodletting, which is a type of drug. It's a type of addiction where people will cut themselves and cause them to bleed. And yeah, they get high off that euphoria of the pain and all that stuff. So yeah, that is an actual thing apparently. It might even be like a sexual thing. But the point is, you kind of been enabling her. I'm not saying it's your fault though, but I guess that's why I had to explain it all to you. So I think if you keep your distance, that would probably be best for her. While you're at it, don't be shy and spend a little more time with me. To put it lightly, I at least have it together in the head, and I know how to treat my club I know how to treat my club members. But anyway, want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Save me. The colors, they won't. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing, red, blue, green. Yeah, we read through this one before. Like a playing, a knife on a breathing ribcage. Endless poem of meaningless. Delete her. I wonder if there's anything in like the words that are missing. Let me get a piece of paper real quick. I meant the letters, by the way. letters are missing. Let's see. I doubt there is, but you never know. So let's see. Beautiful. So we're missing a U and an I. Oh, let me. Okay. Let's see. U, I, 2 O's, flashing, so another I, A, I, piercing is normal, N, so it'd be D, E, violent, so another E. They're all vowels, by the way. Grading. What is that? Waveforms. So A, O. Squeaking. So Q. So U. A. I don't think I'm seeing anything. Another I. Playing. Another I. A, U, 2 E's, an OE, and then a me, so E, A, ni, so an I. That's it. It's interesting how a lot of them are the letter A. And like U's. So I'm not seeing anything. It's literal gibberish. It doesn't spell anything. And it's like, delete her. Sorry, I know it's kind of abstract. I was trying to, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when, who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything. How about no? Okay. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Today was kind of a mess. Oh, no problem. Oh. That's not a poem. Oh my gosh. Okay, everyone. I hope our cursor's messed up. You guys see that? That's Yuri. We're all done reading each other's poems now, right? We have something we need to go over today. So if everyone could come sit at the front room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Ugh, do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we could put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're gonna keep it simple, okay? Look, I know everyone's a little bit more lively ever since Alejandro joined, and we started with some club activities, but this isn't the time for us to become complacent. We still only have 4 members, and the festival is our only chance to find more, you know? What's so great about getting new members anyway? We already have enough to be considered an official club. More members would just mean everything gets noisier and more difficult to manage. Natsuki, I don't think you're looking at it the right way at all. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as you can? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? The literature club should be a place where people can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. It should be a place so intimate that you can never want to leave. I know you feel that way too. I know we all do. So that's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's something small. Right, Alejandro? Oh, come on. You can't take advantage of Alejandro's agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Look, Monica, do you really think any of us here join the club with other people in mind? You're even talking to Alejandro. Yuri never even talked until Alejandro joined. As for me, I just like it better here than I do at home. And Alejandro isn't even passionate about literature in the first place. And that's everyone. Sorry, but you're really the only one who's so interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine like this. I know you're president and all, but you should really consider our opinions for once. Monica is clearly taken aback by Natsuki's words. That's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and Alejandro want to get more members too, right? I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monica wanted, then I would probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to rescue the situation. No. Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club, it's nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think that everyone here saw it the same way I did? But that doesn't mean that we're against getting new members or anything. Alejandro, why did you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of it? Well, that's not really something I can be honest about, is it? In fact, if I remember, you weren't even given a choice not to join. Monica sits down and stares at her desk. What's the point of all this anyway? What if starting this club was a mistake? Now you've done it, Natsuki. What, me? I just spoke my mind. Is it a crime to be honest? It's not about being honest. It's about word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone else in a club like that. You don't understand at all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with the club being that for me? There aren't many places like that for me. And now Monica wants to take it away from me. She's not taking anything away. No, Alejandro, it's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted that, then I could have just joined another stupid club. But this one, I mean, at least for a little bit of time, things were nice. Natsuki starts packing up her things. I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now. Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks right out of the classroom. This is bad. I don't know what to do. Well, do you have an opinion on the festival? I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess. Uh-oh. Who cares about that obnoxious brat? I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club is right now. And I'm just happy with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. Nobody will cry she killed herself. Oh. I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective and make the decision that's right for the club. But what about you, Alejandro? What do you want to get out of this club? Yuri repeats the same question as Monica. I decide giving an indirect answer is better than nothing. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along. And for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. That's what will end up making the literature club a special place. I see. I really agree with you. Her eyes are bleeding. Each member contributes their own qualities in a special way.
With each change in members, the identity of the club as a whole will change too. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, stepping out of your comfort zone once in a while. So, if you would like to help Monica with the festival, then I'm on your side as well.
Alright. Well, maybe we can talk to Natsuki tomorrow. Yuri nods. Hey, Yuri. I know things were a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president. And also a wonderful friend.
Monica.
I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever. Okay?
Me too.
Yeah. Let's go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow.
Okay. I look forward to it. Shall we go, Alejandro?
Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to chat a little bit with Alejandro before he leaves. Just to see what he thinks of his time here and all that. It's important to me as president.
Oh.
Yuri looks a little troubled, but she doesn't protest.
Okay. I trust your judgment, Monica. In that case, I'll see the two of you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Monica waves as Yuri exits the classroom. Phew. Things have been a bit hectic lately, haven't they? Alejandro, I just wanted to make sure you're enjoying your time at this club. I would really hate to see you unhappy. I feel like I'm being responsible for that as president, and I really do care about you, you know? I don't like seeing the other girls giving you a hard time. Other girls give you a hard time. With how mean Natsuki is and everything, and you're being a little bit, you know. Sometimes I feel like you and I are the only real people here. You know what I mean? But it's weird, because in all the time you've been here, we've hardly gotten to spend any time together. I mean, I guess it's technically only been a couple of days. Sorry, I didn't mean to say something weird. There are just some things I've been hoping to talk about with you. Things I know only you could understand. So that's why. Wait, no, not yet. Stop it. She's like, wait, I want to speak to him. Alright. Oh goodness, I just know the numbers. Will this ever end? I don't think it will. Whoa, there's something down there.
Hi, Alejandro. I've been waiting for you. Are you ready to continue reading? I brought my best tea today.
Monica? I told you not to. Ugh. Is she really late again?
And consider as usual, Natsuki.
Excuse me?
But you always interrupt my conversation with your incessant yelling?
What are you talking about? You say that like I do it on a regular basis or something. I just wasn't paying attention, okay? I'm sorry. Seriously, what's gotten into you lately?
Me? Nothing.
Hmm.
Is it really that bad?
See, it is something.
I'll get over it. It's not even anything noteworthy. I've just been feeling a little on edge lately. Anyway, we don't need to talk about it.
Well, I just feel like I needed to bring it up. It's not like I really care or anything. Aw, man. I'm the last one here again. Well, Alejandro just walked in too.
Will you practicing piano again?
Yeah.
You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and still trying to make time for piano.
Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. It motivates me to work hard for the festival and, right. I forgot.
About that, Natsuki. We were all talking yesterday, and, well, we decided that we would like to support the festival as well. However, I understand how you feel about not wanting the club to change. I think we all kind of feel that way. So as long as we're all working together, this club will never become something we don't want. Also, if you help us out with the festival, then I'll buy you a new manga.
Sorry, that last part was really funny. Look, I did some thinking about yesterday. I was a little more hostile than I meant to be. I guess like we felt threatened or something. But I know this is something we are doing together. Another new member wouldn't hurt as long as they're cool. And I guess another girl would be nice this time. But more importantly, I would hate to see the event suck just because I chose to back out. I'm a pro, you know. So I'm gonna help too, and we'll make sure it's done right.
Thank goodness. Isn't that great, Monica?
Monica? Yeah, that's wonderful. It wouldn't be the same without you, Natsuki. Anyway, Alejandro, what do you want to do today? I was thinking we
already had plans today.
Ah, is that so, Yuri?
That's correct. Alejandro is already engaged in a novel that we're reading together. Aren't you glad I've already gotten him into literature, Monica?
I suppose I was just... Actually, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You guys can do whatever you want.
Yes. Thank you for understanding, Monica. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first?
Not at all.
Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time better here, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well.
Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf. This is from yesterday. Can you hold this? Sure. Gonna plug it in, and then she get water. She passes me and sets a cuddle on the teacher's desk. Yeah, she's like really elegant. She asks for a water pitcher, and then she goes like, "Oh, I'm filling up now. Might as well walk with you. That's okay. Won't take long." Yeah, she hurries out. Did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make some tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. 10 minutes. Wouldn't take long. What happened this time? Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be by the nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hallway. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. I'm like breathing. Or whatever. Sharp inhale. I reach the corner, peer around it. Yuri? Yeah. It's the same thing. What? Oh.
Wait. How did I... Sorry, I just had a really weird deja vu. This hasn't happened before or anything, right? My head has been a little fuzzy lately. Hope it hasn't really been showing or anything. I would hate for you to think I'm weird just after we started spending time together. I mean, everyone has a few unusual things about them. But expressing those things so soon after meeting someone is usually seen as inappropriate or unlikable. At least that's what I've discovered. When I was a bit younger, I think I would come on really strongly and get a little too intense. It made people not want to be around me. So I started hating those things about myself. My obsession with certain hobbies, and the way I can't control myself when I get too excited about something. So I eventually stopped trying to talk to people. And nobody ever liked me for things that matter most to me. then it's just easier if I close myself off. But recently, something's been wrong. I don't know what it is. But every time we come to the club, my heart starts to go crazy. Like it's going to rip out on my chest. It overwhelms me with energy and emotions that I can't let out. It's been making me do weird things. I don't know why it's happening. Alejandro, is it just me, or has Monica been acting a little off lately? She's always been a sweetheart ever since I joined the club. But recently, I've been feeling something sharp whenever she's around. I'm not crazy, right? Please tell me I'm not. I couldn't say anything before because she's always listening. But finally we're alone. Can we just stay here for a while? Yeah.
Ma'am. Let's do a save.
I just want to stay here. Just the two of us.
Just in case.
We can stay here until the club ends. And then we'll have the club room all to ourselves. Nobody to interfere with our reading time. Nobody to make me feel like stabbing myself in the throat. That was a joke. Just a joke. I do like knives though. It sounds strange, but you wouldn't understand if you've never seen how beautiful they can be. I have an idea. Why don't you come to my house sometime? I could show you my collection. I got them all from various artisans. I make sure to give them all their fair share of use. I don't want them to get lonely or anything. Nobody deserves to be lonely. Nobody. And that's why I'm so happy you joined the literature club, Alejandro. Now we don't need to be lonely anymore. Because we have each other. Every day. That's all we need. You know what? Let's quit the literature club. There's no need for us to be around Monica's slimy tongue anymore. Not to mention that one pathetic child. We can walk home together every day after school. And read together. Eat together. Sleep together. Doesn't that sound perfect? It's everything we could ever want. It's not why you joined the club in the first place. It's almost like it was fate. Fate that we would meet each other. And now we can get the happy ending that I patiently waited for. Will you do that with me, Alejandro? Will you?
Okay. Okay. Should we just... I'm actually kind of worried about showing it to Yuri first. Because I think we're getting to the precipice of her going absolutely bonkers. Actually, I think that's where we should stop. Yeah, I've been playing for an hour 30. That's a good place to stop. So we saved, right? Yeah, we saved. Alright, so that's where we're going to stop. When we come back, we're going to decide who we're going to share our poem to first. And then, continue on with this nonsense. This is, she's definitely losing her mind. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she, does some great things very, very soon. So let me actually see something. They have some new pictures. More poems. We have a new background. Oh. Let's see. Select the word horror during the poem game. Huh. That's cute. They're adorable. Let's set as a wallpaper. I like it. It's cute. I love how Natsuki's just going ham on the candy. I didn't know that was a thing. Let's go back to this one. Actually, let's do Yuri since we're going after Yuri. Ta-da! All right, so yeah. So next time we come back, we'll be continuing this storyline, and I think we're getting to the point, like I said, to where Yuri goes absolutely bonkers, and we might end up having to start a new game. I can't remember, but yeah, we'll stop it there. All right, so thank you for watching. I appreciate the viewership. You guys are still enjoying this, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye bye.